Hello, everyone. Yes, we are live. Welcome to today's Thursday Awesome Moment section. Yes, so I want to especially welcome you, all our wonderful audiences. Thank you for making our time to join us, even though we know, yes, the weekdays are usually very busy, but you still some time out from your busy schedule to say hello to us, to interact, to ask questions. So it means a lot to us, and we don't take this for granted. So it's an honor to welcome us here today again. I want you to sit back, relax. Yes, take your pen, take your water, and just sit down and enjoy every bit of it. It's an honor, yes, and a big honor to have with us here today our own Reverend Favour Erere Eriibo. So she will be talking on the topic on courtship boundaries. Yes, boundaries in courtship. So we want to know, how far is too far? How far can I go? uh we are close to getting married, but how far can I go, that kind of thing. So I realize that many people tend to lose their guard in this at this stage. They tend to compromise, so that's why we thought of less. Yes, dysfunctionality begins from courtship. The way you handle the relationship, it starts from there. So we want to bring light into this topic so that people tend to, so that the singles, yes, about to say I do, you know what to look out for without compromising your standard. So she will be doing justice to the topic. Just sit back and enjoy. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please take a very good seat. Invite somebody. Can you help us to share and like what we are doing? I want to appreciate our coach, our convener, awesome family provider. She's doing an amazing job. So I understand our topic is very broad, but we're going to narrow it down to um, singles, those that want to get married, and courtship without compromise, and then how do you maintain healthy boundaries in your courtship. I remember, let me start when I was not married, and this year is 22 years already. They're not like now that we have phones and everything. I went to see my husband to be there. I used to sit down, or just sit down. So they will cook. They, is it that you cannot be cooking for me? I said, you never marry me. You never put ring for my finger. So that is how we can look at that when we get to that stage. I've seen so many, especially ladies, out of desperation, they do a lot of investment. They have gone to, some people say, okay, let me be pregnant for you. So I've done a lot of investment. This their life savings. Even in my one of my singles connect last month, she said I invested in his business, not knowing that he was already married and he was lying that he was not married. So we're going to look at some of those things. Please feel free to send in your questions. We will deal with it as the Holy Spirit will help us. Once again, welcome. So when we look at courtship without compromise, true to yourself. Why building your relationship, you stay true to your faith. Not because you are not in a relationship, you will shift all the grants. You stay true to yourself. You know who you are and you stay true to it. Your personal principles still stands. Why building, shifting your grants now? You will continue to shift your grants for a long time and nothing will happen. So when we say maintaining don't break your compromise. Define your values from beginning. I know my values and I define my values. No kissing, no touching, no this. I can't be cooking. I know. Until we have done happens in the church now. Even the church, we do everything. You have gone to Jerusalem and you are back. You want to go to Nineveh. Nineveh is just here. Anybody that have gone to Jerusalem, you have reached the end of the streets. So what are we saying? Stay true to your faith. If you say, oh, I've done that before, but in this courtship, I want to remain celibate. I want to keep myself until the marriage. Stay true to it. There's something I wrote down. Be consistent. Don't shift the ground because there's pressure. That's what it is to not compromise during courtship. Define your goal. Do not assume the person knows it. Make it clear. Very clear that everybody can understand. Even the blind man can see. Set healthy boundaries. It helps to protect both of you. Set your healthy boundaries. What are your boundaries? What are the things that you want to do? Let me say this again. Sex is more than just kissing and doing some things in the bedroom. It is a spiritual thing. So when we say maintain healthy boundaries, it's also something that will help you, because some of the things I notice when those that are married is trust issues. So when they feel that you can give in, or the man feel you can give in, the woman feel you can give in at any time, but now it's about later in life. Trust is also key. Set healthy boundaries. So courtship without compromise is easier when both of you share similar visions and goal. When you share similar visions and goal, it's easy for us to have courtship without compromise. A partner who respects your belief will support your standard instead of trying to change you. So when we talk about not compromising and your partner respects you, it will not try to say, that na old school. Oh, that time don't pass. That time was your mother's time. No, it will support your vision. It will support you because, oh, you made up your mind that this is what you want to do. It will support you. So, yeah, I don't want to. On the internet, it was everywhere that no, don't just marry a man or a woman without you trying to be sure that, where do you learn how to satisfy somebody in bed? You learn together. You learn together. So courtship is not to go and learn how to satisfy each other in bed. After satisfying in bed and they don't get married to you, that's where the trauma comes in. That's where the bitterness comes in. That's where the betrayal comes in. So that's what. So your partner is not going to change you. It shouldn't try to change your standard. It shouldn't try to change your value. Rather, you should be able to uphold it. That is why you must be able to have values. Why coming into a relationship? Why coming into courtship? If you don't have values, you don't have your belief, you don't have your goals, you don't have your vision, the person will tell you what to do. And in that way, you cannot say, oh, you are controlling me. Young lady, practice honesty and accountability. Open communication is very essential. Talk about things. So when we talk about courtship without compromise to you, you must know that. What are the things that will bring compromise? Family, this, business, work, those are things that we need to do. So if we want to go into the healthy boundaries are the limits you set. So when I talk about I have healthy boundaries, are the limits I set. What are the limits you set to protect your emotion, your physical, and your mental health? Anything can happen. Oh, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. Then you now say you cross the line. Excuse me, ma, I never saw the line there. Put the line. What are the limits? This relationship, I won't want you to use abusive words to me. Business and this, even if we get married, you set limits in this relationship. It's not the time I will follow you to do this. So this is what I will do. This is what you will do that will affect my thinking. This that is when you've really gone out of line. Yeah, you just say it. Relationship and courtship is not something you sweep under the carpet. Say it as it is. I've seen so many people, they'll say, I rock the boat. My dear, rock the boat. My dear, rock the boat now. Let's know if this boat will get to shore. Let's know if this boat will sail in the first place. So that is what it is to have what? Healthy boundaries. It helps people to understand and to accept what it is and what is not. So if you do not have your clear healthy boundaries, your courtship will not work. You have to set and know what to accept. I say it again, don't assume that everybody will know. Don't assume that the courtship they will know. Don't assume that the marriage they will know. Don't assume it. My own training. I come and I sit down, I cross my leg. If there is food, I eat. There is no food, go out and eat. So by the time I started cooking, this food is not the way Shekiri used to cook it. In marriage, you will learn. Don't say it's when we practice it now, we now know whether we fit. No, you learn on the job. It becomes healthier, balanced, and more respectful. So if you need respect in your relationship now, your courtship that will lead to marriage, healthy boundaries brings respect. Don't throw caution to the wind. Anything you cannot tolerate later, don't start it now. I keep saying that if I'm not going to climb, let me say it now that I'm on the floor. Not that I will climb to the fourth story and I still have 11 story to go. And I say, I cannot climb, oh, I'm tired, oh. Okay, they say, calm down. You say, no, I cannot calm down. No, it brings respect. It brings respect. Like I will also say, learn to say no. In healthy boundary, no is a full answer. No, I can't do this. No, I can't. I can't take this. In relationship, sometimes when we talk about compromise, it's the standard of the word of God that it is. Don't bend it to suit yourself. Don't bend the word to make it look palatable because everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. You are not everybody. Christ is expecting you to stand out and represent him at all times. You are not even just representing yourself, you are representing Christ. You are not representing yourself, you are representing Christ. If you are not about times, we bring back class. So in healthy boundaries that will lead to godly marriage. Start now. It is your foundation as singles. It is the foundation, it is key. In courtship, these healthy boundaries, learn to say no. Learn to stand on your ground. Learn to say, okay, this is what the word of God teaches us. And when you do that, the other person will respect it. We respect your boundaries.
All right, let me be sure I can be heard. Yes. I guess the network is acting up. So yes, she has really touched on the topic, but I want you to know that boundary is very, very important in any type of relationship that we're into. It's very, very important because if you don't define what it is from the beginning, you're going to tolerate so many other things, even in the relationship. So, for instance, the guy tells you, the guy tells you, let me get, let's, let me, I will need to so the world has now gone so far that we now see where they will say guys will be bold enough to tell a lady, until you become pregnant for me, when you get pregnant, then I will go and see your people, I'll go and see your family to initiate the marriage. Like, really? When has a woman's body now become a lab rat that you use for practical? You want to see whether she can conceive. And how did we get there? That's because the man has possibly slept with you time and time and time again, over and over and over, and he sees that, is this one, are you sure she will be pregnant? Are you sure she's going to have a child for me? So let me give her one condition. In his mind, he has already thrown you out away, but he wants to just pretend as if he's still in it. He's just like, okay, uh don't worry, when you get pregnant, you will not even be the one asking, when are you going to see my people now? When are you coming? My father said they want to see you. How did we get there? That you are the one to not push for it, and you have been you are over committing already. You've started giving out, you started giving everything. You started, everything that is supposed to be in marriage. So really, we should learn to conserve our energy for the one that truly matters. So when we say these boundaries, this don't compromise, like she rightly said, no is a complete statement. No, I can't do this. What did the Bible says in the book of Titus 2:11? We said the grace of God that we have received teaches us to say no to ungodliness. So ability to say no is very, very important. And but for you to be able to get to that point of saying no, you need to know your standard. What are your standard? What are your values? So we're not just looking at it's not just on the issue of sex that we say, okay, sex is the only criteria by which we can say, okay, this person is it has standard. Sometimes we overgive. So somebody is not yet married to you, you will buy the person all the gifts. You overfunction. You can even go and borrow. You will finance their family. You will be paying their school fees. You go. And sometimes I see another way we also do a subtle compromise to want to marry somebody. You will go even beyond the person's interest. You will go and bypass that person and start financing the family's bills. You pay you pay the younger sister school fees. You give money to the mother, you give money to the father. You are doing all that, and you don't care to know if, does this person love me? Is this person interested in getting married to me? So you feel something just tell you, by the time I do this to the family, I will be their number one. But are you number one in that person's heart? Because you're not going to get married to the family. You are going to get married to this particular person now. And you want to, so we just need to give a balance. Because I hear people say, after all I did for you, you still left me. You were not wise. What did you do? You were not wise. That's why we need wisdom to do life. You need wisdom. So you are courting with someone. First of all, who is this person? What is the godly standard that this person is upholding? So you need to know that. So that's aside. So what are your values? Like I will always ask, what are your non-negotiables? That if you do this and you do this, this is what I can take, and this is what I can take. So I really want us to so sorry, the network is a bit funny from the end of our guest speaker, but we hope she will be able to join. But before then, let me just carry on. So I want us to know that yes, healthy boundary is very, very important in relationship. Or we see another type of way we compromise. This guy is not yet married to you. You want to go and start overperforming. You will go, you will wash his clothes, you will wash his, you will you will go to the mother's place, you will help them to wash their clothes, you will clean the house. You don't even know. Sometimes this thing called over familiarity, you cost it. So you're becoming over familiar. They are used to you. Was it not this one? So let us learn that yes, that is not the way to go. That is not what will make you a wife material. By the time I do this, they will know that I am a wife material. 100 years, hey, wife material. That's it's not by doing that. It's not by doing that, really. Is it good to be kind? Yes, be kind. So it's your character. So when we say this person is a wife material, it is your character, it is your disposition, it is your courage, it is when you know what to do and when to do it. Those are the things that makes a wife material. Go and read the Proverb 31 woman. She's so composed. So it's not by scatter yourself everywhere. You want to go and meet this one, you want to go and meet their in-law. You are not yet married. So you are overgiving. And I see ladies who say, he broke my heart, he left me, but you cost it. Yes, you did. So let's look at that. And so this, because whatever you don't set at the beginning of the marriage, it becomes something that will easily, people will just easily say, okay, that's how it has been. Because most times when we do wedding, we'll hear the pastor say, you may now kiss the bride. And now it's no longer like that. I think the pastors now will now say you may not kiss the bride again. Because why? These are the things we've done over and over and over. What is now the excitement? We usually call it honeymoon. When you have licked the honey in the moon, what is not left? So we are calling, this is a call. What Awesome Family Solution is representing here is a call to sexual purity. Yes. He has engaged me. You are not yet married until you are married. Please, we are engaged. He has gone to do introduction. Introduction is not marriage. He's a very nice guy. Nice is not the fruit of the Holy Spirit. So there's just some subtle ways we just allow some things slide, and we say all in the name of getting married. And please, don't get married because of desperation. Don't be so desperate that you want to get married by all means, anyway. Anything they tell me to do, I will do it. This marriage, I must get married. My biological clock is ticking already. I must do it. So don't put yourself in that form where you become, that state where you become desperate. And as children of God, we should understand time and season. We should know when to see. It's all about placing priorities. If you read the book of Daniel, Genesis chapter 34, when the Bible talked about Diana, the Bible said that when the prince saw Diana, truly he loved Diana. He had love for Diana. But the Bible says he slept with Diana first before he now went and say, he called the family and said, okay, I am interested in your daughter. I want to marry your daughter. You see it. When you put the last thing first, you see the chaos that happened in that relationship. At the end of the day, the guy died and many other persons. And the destruction was so wild. You see it. So when we don't know how to put first thing first, that can also impact on our relationship. So this is a call for us not to compromise our standard. So first of all, the first question is, do you even have a standard? You are in a relationship. What is your standard in this relationship? What is your no, 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 no? This area, no. So do you have a standard? Or provided the guy just have money, hey, anything goes, anything tells me to do, I'll just do it. Me, I just want to marry at all cost. Or some of us, we're not living a celebrity life. Provided it's a celebrity, anything tells me to do, I'll just. No, what are your standard? What are your standards? So we must have those standards, because like I said, dysfunctionality begins from there. When you start to compromise, when you start to, you start to give in, you overgive. And see, you are not married until you are married. Yes. So please, let's get it right. It's very, very, very important. I also want us to know that yes, the issue of courtship, the essence of courtship is for us to put is a period for alignment, to align your values, to check your value system, to say, okay, what is happening? How do I evaluate my compatibility? Oh, are we compatible? So compatibility is not just sex. This is where we are missing it. We're not talking about sex, because we just say, how do I know it's compatible if we don't sleep with each other? How do I not tell that both of us are compatible? Really? Is that the standard God has placed? Because sometimes we not do as if we're now wiser than God. Go and check it out first to see whether both of you are compatible, whether it can satisfy you, it can function very well. How did we get to that stage? So compatibility is not just in sex. And ask Adam and Eve, how did they get to, so that those that's our template now. How did they get to start? Whose parents with their own clear eyes will carry their children and say, we need to know whether both of you are compatible, so you need to sleep with my daughter first so that we'll know whether. Who is going to do that? So we should not, you see, the worldly standard, the Bible said, do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Don't conform to the system of this world. Is very, very important. So don't compromise your standard in your relationship. So the period of relationship is a period to align your values, to check your compatibility, to observe character. Hey, is a period to observe character. Who is this person? The Bible says a virtuous woman who can find, a faithful man who can find. So those are the times where you begin to test the waters. Oh, who is this person? What does this person believe? It's a time to also seek God's direction for your relationship. That, God, what do you have for us in this relationship? You begin to pray into your future, pray into your family. So this mouth during courtship, the mouth is not for kissing. It's for discussion, it's to engage, it's to talk about the future, talk about your home. Oh, this okay, what kind of family planning are we going to use? What kind of children, how are we going to raise our children? Oh, who is allowed to come to our, who is doing, those are the things you discuss, and you come to a resolution that, okay, this is what we are, this is our template, or our blueprint, our family blueprint. So now we have changed the order. Instead of using your mouth to engage in conversation that will be relevant to your future, you use it to kiss. Then at the end of the day, pastor will now say you may not kiss the bride, and you've kissed the bride before. So please, 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 and please, let's not do that. Our guest is seriously trying to join in, but the network is terrible from our end. So if you have your question, please feel free to share your question. We're here to answer to it. Please feel free. I know things happen and life happen. People are not living a life of pretense. People are not living a life of pretense, and sometimes we're not even in the world of where we say, body count. If the lady, how many body count, how are you going to do it? Don't tell this person. So what I'm trying to say is, God has a standard. If you are meeting somebody for the first time you say everything about your life, and you say, after everything I told him, he left me. No, that is the first encounter. You need to know, how serious is this person? How committed is this person to me first, before I divulge certain information? Because sometimes we also tend to to divulge information unduly. When you do that, sometimes the person may run away. And sometimes we become so emotionally attached. Somebody is not yet married to you. You are like, hey, where are you now? Where are you going to? Come and meet me in my house. You are just demanding excessive emotional attachment. The person will just like, ah, no, 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 this is not what I want to. I don't need this type of person at all. Ah, the one that will be controlling me, you know. So we should just know how to give those balance so that courtship will be as God has destined it. Is a time to know each other. Is a time to know God's will for your life. Is a time to align God's purpose for your life. So another thing too is a time to protect your emotional and physical purity. So I see cases where women will get married, or somehow you say, my husband is going out with women, he bring different type of women to the house. But the question is, how was your relationship with your husband before you got married? You know, when he was doing that to you, you did not consider it before marriage. He did not give you it was not a red flag to you that this thing that this man is doing to me, are you sure if we get married he will not go and do it outside? And mind you, while you were doing it, you were hurting God, because God said he hates sexual immorality, right? So you were hurting God, but you were doing it and you were having your way with it. Now you are now married. Your husband is doing it to you in marriage now. You are crying out, calling everybody, yay, the man is womanizing everywhere. Oh God, how did I marry this type of man? But how did you start the relationship? Because at the end of the day, it is trust that will hold that marriage. How can you tell me as a spouse that you are going to, you say, I'm going to the hospital, and in my head is rolling. I'm like, no, it's not hospital, it's going to meet that girl again. How do they get there? Where the person just feel, if you say, I'm in Jerusalem, the person say, no, this one is telling you is in Jerusalem. I think he has gotten to Jamaica. So how did we get to that point where we no longer trust each other? But check the relationship. So before you start saying, this guy is a bad person or this lady is a bad person, check the way the relationship started. How did we start this relationship? What were the things we compromise in this relationship? The Bible, see, to yourself, be true to yourself. Because when you blame every other person except yourself, then you are not willing to learn. You should be willing to learn. You should be able to say, oh, now I know those things I did before the relationship. I think that is what is affecting me now. You should be able to point it. Take responsibility for the areas that you also made a mistake, so that you don't end up, you go out castigating your spouse. He's a bad person, he's not good, he's not this, he's not that. And but when you checked it out, they were red flags. You also contributed to the character of that person. The man can leave you to go and sleep with someone because that was how you thought. That was, you see, know that whatever you're doing in the courtship, you are training the person on how to relate with you even in marriage. You see, so when you are financially, you're dating someone, the person is demanding, over demanding, give me money, everything is about money, 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 money. You should know, okay, ask yourself, what if we get married and this money is no longer there? Will this person still be there for me? Those are the things we should actually look at for. So our guest has actually talked a lot about this. She talked about our standard. What are your values? You're not yet married. You cook. You will cook everywhere. Cook this. In fact, the friends and the family member will say, some will even insult you and say, this food is too salty. You are not yet married though. This food is too like this. That does not make you a wife material. Please, let's learn to place value on ourselves. Don't drop your standard. So the things you look out for is not just that, he has a car, he has a good job, he has this, he has that, therefore he's fit for marriage. No, you look out for things that you can actually keep up with in the future, that will at last material things. So the period of courtship is not a period to share bed. It's not a period of finance, or deep emotional dependency, So it's a period to actually evaluate yourself. That does not mean you will not be kind towards one another, but don't overcommit to the point where your eyes is being blinded even to red flag. You can't see anything again. You see, I've seen cases where even ladies, they want to leave a relationship. They know in their hearts that is not this relationship is not, I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. But because they have overcommitted, they have overinvested in that relationship. How can I just leave him? This guy have used me. He has slept with me time and time again. How can I just leave him like that? Now you are now emotionally bound to that person. Spiritually, like our guest said earlier, that sex is not just body to body, blood to body, sweat to sweat. It is a spiritual transaction. You are not emotionally bound. You've bound yourself to that person emotionally. So you sexually, spiritually, and otherwise. So you see that even when you know for sure that this relationship, I think we're going to struggle in this marriage. I think this marriage is not going to profit us. You just feel I've given too much. I can't just let what I've invested in this relationship go like that. We will marry. We will just marry it anyway. Then you go ahead. At the end of the day, we start calling everybody, hey, he's a bad person, hey, he's not a good person, hey. So that is why we say, see, look before you, and look well before you enter. But now when you are in and you now see those things, please know that is one chance. You are in one chance. So you have to, Jesus said, take up your cross and follow me. Know that that is your cross. So please let us not compromise our standard. The Bible said the standard of God standeth sure. The Lord know those that are his. He that nameth the name of Christ, let him depart from iniquity. God has a standard. Don't drop your standard because of desperation, because of I must get married. Hey, I'm not 30 years. I'm not going to 35 years. Is this I'm just going to stay like this? Or let me just, and know that, see, in the matters of life, we all don't have the same grace. That people are doing it, as our guest has also established, everybody is doing it. That does not make it the right thing. Some people can do it and get away with it, but the day you want to try it, you may not. That is even if you are alive to tell the story. We've seen cases where some people will go, oh Jesus, you see cases where somebody is not yet, the person is not yet committed to, is not married to you. You will go and say you have done several abortions for that person, counting 4, 3, 4, a man that is not yet married to you. Really? That is a waste of destiny and time. So number one, the abortion first is a sin. The sexual immorality is a sin. Then you are putting your life on the line for a man that has not even dared to even commit himself to even see the level of high disregard that you will put somebody's daughter in your house, and you will be laying with that person sexually. You've not gone to visit the father. You've not gone to see the mother. How comfortable are you? That is why we're talking about standard. What is your standard? You've not gone to see those people. You put them and you are doing, the person is serving the purpose. It's as if the person is your wife already. But know that tomorrow, look at it, look at the balance. Now you're going to have a daughter someday. If somebody treats your daughter that same way, how will you feel? That is why the Bible said, do unto others what you don't want them to do to you. Don't do to others what you don't want them to do to you. because it's sweet now. You feel very hot. You feel like, hey, you're on top of the game. All the girls are just all around you. You are hot. But ask yourself, if I have a daughter tomorrow that somebody is messing up like this, how will I feel as a father? They say you cannot eat your cake and have it. Once you've eaten your cake, you've eaten your cake. So let's also, what we're bringing is godly light, because why are we going from courtship? This is where it all starts from. Where we don't keep the standard before the marriage, we will not struggle inside the marriage. And at the end of the day, the children will not be the one to suffer the consequences of these actions. So let us count the cost. This thing I'm going to do, what is the impact? What is the effect? And see, getting married, if for any reason you've made a mistake, you've not gotten married properly, please do it. I am a big fan of do it anyway. Anyway, just look for a way to do it right. Well, see, gone are those days where we say, you must go and have one big money somewhere. You must go and see, you don't need too much. The Bible says, in the presence of 2 or 3 witnesses, a matter is established. Bring your pastor, bring your parents. They pray for you, they bless you. There is a kind of dysfunctionality in the society now, where we feel, for me to get married, hey, I must do a marriage a wedding that they will block road everywhere. They will know that I'm married. They will do this, they will do that. Who do you want to impress? Who do you want to impress? So in the presence of 2 or 3 witnesses, a matter is established. Your parents, your spiritual authority, of course, maybe if you want to go legal now, the court of law is enough to establish a marriage, and you are done. If you don't have money to entertain people, please do what according to your capacity. Don't live your life to impress people at the expense, because you can't take it. The Bible says, for you to engage in fornication, you rather marry, than to engage in fornication. So why not do it the right way? Instead of thinking of impressing people, you want to impress people that don't even have your time, that they will eat, and at the end of the day, they will go. So let us keep the standard of our marriage. Courtship is the beginning. That is the foundation. That is where you begin to align your values. You begin to align. And see, funny enough, if someone is from a dysfunctional home, you should agree that, yes, sometimes we really don't know better. You don't know better. Nobody taught you better. You did not see the better version. So sometimes we can be blind to certain things, because you didn't know better, but you should pursue. This is where we say, keep adding to your knowledge, keep pursuing knowledge, keep becoming the best version of yourself, keep learning, keep growing. Don't stay where you are and say, I don't even know, nobody showed me anything. Please go for knowledge. Very, very important. Maybe your parents did not even model a healthy family system to you. Go for knowledge, seek to know. So please, I want you to know that courtship is a time for alignment, spiritual alignment, even financial alignment. How are we going to do our finance? Who is this person? Who is this guy? Is he somebody that is productive in his mind? You marry somebody, at the end of the day, you discover the person is so lazy, he can't work, he can't do anything. So it starts from the foundation of the relationship. So please, let's not over function, let's not over give, and at the end of the day we say, after all I did for you, you left me. Please uphold your standard in your relationship. Is very, very important. Please, if you have any question, feel free to ask on the comment section. I want to thank you all for joining. It means a lot to us. Please, any question, we are here to handle your question. Feel free to drop your questions. Yes, feel free to drop your questions. We are here for you. So, are we saying don't be kind to See, naturally, this love we are saying, love is for everybody. You see, we read the story of the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan, they were not in a relationship, but he offered kindness. We're not trying to depict the fact that you need to be. We're not trying to say you don't need to be kind. Be kind, but be wise. The Bible says, "Be wise as a serpent and be harmless as a dove." Don't over. Don't over. See, there's a way you do it. It just spells desperation. The person is just saying desperation. This lady is desperate, you know. And sometimes when you are desperate like that, see, the way a man is created, men are created to be, men are like, they are like hunters. They are like lion. A lion does not like, they don't chase dead animal. They like the one that they will, that is still, So, but when you are just, you are giving them everything at ease. Okay, you've given the guy sex, you are cooking for him, everything. In fact, sometimes this is how we gradually pack our things to the guy's house from weekend. I'm coming for weekend. Oh, you will go, you drop your things. I'm coming to do this. So you go, the guy will give you the house key. Don't worry, feel free, you spend the night. From spending the night, you spend 1 week. From spending 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. How do you now want that person to place a value on you, to the point, okay, what is now the what hunger are you stirring in the heart of that man to say, I need to go and marry this woman. This woman that is making my head go gaga. Guy, I need to get this woman. How will the guy get to that point when everything he needed to get in marriage, you're already offering him? So please, I don't want us to get to that point where we feel, he used me and he dumped me, he wasted my time, he just dumped me like that. That was because there was no standard from the beginning. Please, and that's also not God's perspective. The Bible says it is good that if a man will leave father and mother and cleave. So why do you leave father and mother? It shows that there is a consent that you receive from both father and mother to cleave. So we want to do life, we want to model the right way. Please, like I said, this is not in any way to condemn anyone. If you find yourself, you made some mistake, please, it can be corrected. That is where knowledge is important. When knowledge come, you embrace it. You embrace it, you quickly learn and you grow. So you quickly correct what you can correct. Why? Because your children are also seeing it. Your children are seeing it. They are seeing the template. Oh, is this how they get married? Oh, okay. If my mommy did wedding, okay, I think I'm going to do wedding too. As little as those small, small things, you are setting a standard for them. So please, let us uphold our standard. Let's not drop the standard for any reason. Feel free to share your question, please, on the group. So when we talk about boundaries, what boundary does for you, it helps your clarity. The Bible said that the gift of a man will make room for him. Someone is not here married to you, yet the guy is, giving you gifts, providing for you, doing all sorts of things, and you so the guy is providing for you, doing all sorts of things, and you say, I'm just, maybe God just sees him to bless me. And the guy is not saying, okay, now the guy is not coming to ask you for marriage. You say, no, no, I actually don't want to marry you. In fact, I don't feel the connection. I don't feel it. But when you were collecting the money, you were feeling it. There's a there was a joke Agodai did, and he said, when you were eating suya, you were in the mood. When you were licking ice cream, you were in the mood. Now that I'm asking you, as you're telling me you are not in the mood, if you're not in the mood, I'm in the mood. So you see where sometimes women tend to put themselves in a box, in a very tight corner, where you know that you know in your heart that I don't think, I don't see marriage with this person. You don't see marriage, but you like the person's money. You know, you like the person's money. You want to go for the person's money. Then when the person now say, I want to get married to you, no, I don't think we're meant to get married. I don't think we're supposed to be together. You see, we're not encouraging you becoming someone that will um we're not telling you to go and break the heart of people, or just mess them up, or waste their time. Yes, that's the proper word. You don't waste people's time. You know, a popular adage say food wey go belleful person na eye dey take dey know am. You go know that this one, I think this is the rule. So please don't overcommit. I'm not talking of friendship, but that this thing is a relationship. I'm in a relationship with this person. That is a you don't put yourself where, now that you are now ready to get married, you now get to a level where you feel, ah, if I now okay, I love we think this way, we say I love this one, but I like this one know how to care for me, but my heart is with this one. How did you get there? You know, where you are, you put yourself in a fix where, okay, this is the person I truly love. This is the person God is leading me to. But you have overcommitted, you have overshared some things with this other person that you feel it's not easy for me to let it go. So please, this is a call to set our priorities right, even in relationship, because that relationship is what will lead to marriage. Marriage will lead to children, and children will lead to the next generation. So this is where wholeness starts from. So please, let's ensure that we do it right. Thank you so much. It's so fortunate that our guest speaker could not continue because of the network glitch. I want us to I believe we'll be able to learn something. Please drop your question if you have any question, as we'll be wrapping up soon. Yes. So we'll be wrapping up soon. So basically what we're looking out for is character. You know, the Bible says sham is deceitful. So what are the things you now look out for? You want to get married. You say, I like these people, these categories, they are my speck of lady. Oh, I like it slim. Oh, I like it that. You know, as beautiful as it is, character is the most important thing. Bible says sham is deceitful. You know, sham is deceitful, but a woman that fears the Lord shall be praised. So, sham is deceitful, beauty is deceitful. So, what are the things you look out for? So, now ask yourself, oh, if I'm marrying this person because this person is very handsome, that is the only criteria. Oh, he's so handsome. It's every lady's kind of man. What if something happens tomorrow, and possibly that person had an accident, and you know maybe there was a kind of a deformation somewhere? Will you still love that person? You know, see, this is why we say love is beyond those physical features, as beautiful as they are. Oh, we all love it, but look at the things that truly matters. Do I love this person to the essence? What the things I'm seeing now? Oh, the guy is very rich. The guy is very, takes care of me. Oh, he's able to meet my need. What if, because you can only see today, you don't know what the future holds. What if something happens to that spouse? Finance, will you still be there for that person? So those are the things you weigh. So what we're talking, so what we're bringing to term is, be honest to yourself first. Be very, very honest to yourself. What truly do I have? What feelings do I have for this person? What is my motive? Am I ready to commit to this person? So it's very, very, very important. Courtship without compromise. You don't have to drop your standard for it to be courtship, that we are courting. And I also want to point it out that, please, we are dating. It's not just marking calendar. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, we are dating. We are dating and there is no clear time frame. You know, you are dating someone for 2 years. He has not come to see your family. None of your family members know this person. He has not come. You sometimes you don't even know his friends. It's just the two of us. Just the two of us. You also, and sometimes what is your conversation? It just revolve around how are you today? Have you eaten? What did you eat? Where did you go? Those are just the things. Are those the things that truly matters at the end of the day? So you are interested in someone, you don't. So sometimes we even try to play smart. You outsmart your pastors. You say, don't worry, we'll just do the marriage, we'll just do it sharp, sharp. You know, sometimes your pastor is asking you, how is this person? How is this guy? You can see that there are some gray areas about that person that you are not too sure of. Instead of you to reveal it, that is good though, but I noticed this, so that they can guide you. You say, no, don't worry. I'm going to. Sometimes we even do shortcuts. If maybe the criteria is that you need to pass through a premarital course, you look for a shortcut, how to waive off everything for the guy. But when the issues start coming, it will show. So please, there's no shortcut to these things. We just need to do it right and do it well. Don't compromise your standard. I want to use this media to also emphasize that your family is very, very important. You cannot sideline your family on the issue of marriage. You can't sideline especially your parents. Especially, no matter how terrible your parents are. Oh, you are from a dysfunctional home. They didn't care for you. Your father was an absent father. Your mother was this one. It is not enough. When Bible say honor your parents, you must honor them even down to getting married. You must give them that honor. It is their right. They did not do any politics. They did not vote to become your parents. They are your parents by every standard. So you must place that honor. You want to get married, you must honor the parents. How can you say you are dating a guy for the past 2 years, 3 years, he has not come to see your parents? What are you doing? And that is how the guy can easily just walk away, and nobody will ask him any question, because that was how you made it. So you must see the role of your family is very, very important. Don't neglect your family. And the role of sometimes knowing the role of the pastor is also very important, because sometimes we think we're smart. I beg you, what are all those pastors even saying? You see, they have spiritual authority over you. They have spiritual authority over you, and they can also guide you. I've come to so many points in my life where I'm in a crossroad. I just put a call across to my pastor. Pastor, see this. And just one suggestion, one idea, one solution. Oh, okay, do it like this. Because you are not the custodian of all the knowledge. Your pastor, see, because we've come to a generation where we no longer respect authority. No respect. We don't want to be accountable to anybody. I live my life, is my life. I live it the way I want to live it. When you come to that point, you are stepping on dangerous ground. So your parents first, your pastors, yes, very important. Then your friends, yes. Sometimes we don't even know. Okay, you want to get married to somebody, you even don't know the friends. Okay, who has an influence over this person? You don't know. Okay, if I'm going through this situation, who can I call that will be able to talk to this person? That when he tells this person, sit down there, the person will sit down. Sometimes the place of mentorship, we also sideline mentorship. In fact, sometimes when the marriage thing is coming, you block everybody. Sometimes that they will ask you this thing, you start dodging them. You don't take their calls. You start when they ask you if everything okay, everything is fine, everything is fine. But when the problem will come, it will show. So please don't hide. See, the period of courtship is not a period to be hiding, sugarcoating somebody's weakness. So when we say love covers a multitude of sin, It doesn't mean that you are seeing red flag. You say, love cover a multitude of sin. Let me just love him. Love, after all, love cover a multitude of sin. That's not what we're saying. That is red flag. It's telling you that there is no green light there. There's no way there. There's no, it's a no, no, no. So please, that's that point where you get to where you feel, well, we're going to get married. Let me cover him, let me not expose him. Nobody's telling you to go and expose anybody. And even some of us that are in marriage, you are currently struggling with that marriage. You get to that point where you can't even, there's nobody that you can call for counseling. You say, let me not go and reveal my marriage secrets outside so that they will not know. You will die silently. The Bible says, in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. In the multitude of counsel, there is safety. Courtship is not a period of just you and I, just the two of us, you and I together, just you and I. Because your eyes, you can't see it all. You don't know it all. God has placed people around you to be, sometimes what you can't see, somebody can call you and say, have you noticed this? Please watch out for this. Look out for this. I noticed this person does this. In the future, I can project that this person may be like this. And even if you not even dare to say you want to enter that relationship, when you now want to count the cost, when you now want to know where your problem is coming from, you should know that, I know they told me this about this person. Then it won't be like a surprise, because we not treat marriage as a surprise. I'm very surprised. Oh, what kind of attitude is this? Where is he bringing all this attitude from? Look at everything. As if you didn't see it, as if nobody mentioned it. Whereas people told you about it. They told you about it, but you ignored those advice. So please, I want us to know that you don't need to compromise your standard. Anybody that is telling you, don't tell your parents. See, courtship is not a secret affair. You are not in a secret court with anybody. Marriage is not a secret affair. Don't tell them. I've seen cases where somebody is in one state, he wants to marry another woman in another state. They've even done wedding, they've printed everything, they've even done they've printed wedding, they've bought clothes, they've done wedding. In fact, a week to only to discover that this man has been married with children in one state, coming here to marry another woman. So that is why I tell you, it's not a you and I thing. You need to know, who is this person, who is his family. Get to know the person, get to know his people. Thank you so much. We need to go now. So thank you so much. I believe we've learned one or two. Like I said, thank you so much to our guest for coming in, and the little time she stayed, she was also able to give light to that. Yes, so thank you so much. Thank you, Shidima, for joining in. Yes, God is helping us already, and one of the way God help us is to bring light, is to bring wisdom, is to bring knowledge. So it's to bring healing. Those are the things, those are the tools that God used to help us. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's do this again next week, Thursday. If you have not purchased our healing challenge course, please do that. It's an audio podcast. It's a 30 days audio podcast that gives you a mindset reset. If you are from a dysfunctional family and you feel, I need to understand myself, I need to understand my family, I need to know how to navigate my way around this kind of difficult setting. I need to, how do I grow at grown this dysfunctionality? Yes, that podcast is for you. It's just for 10,000 naira, a 30 days podcast. Please do well to purchase this. The link is on the comment section. You see it there. Please do well to do that. And our parent edition for the trauma detox challenge have started already. The singles in the house, yay, get ready. Well, any moment from now, we'll be anchoring the family trauma detox challenge for the singles. Still the same 20,000 naira for 1 month. That's a mega pack. That's a mega pack. 1 month, daily tips, one-to-one consultation, and we are just there for you for 1 month, We are there just for you. So thank you so much for joining in. I want to appreciate you. Thank you, our guest, Reverend Dr. Favour Erere Eriibo. You mean a lot to me, and she's my special somebody. She is my special somebody. You need to know that. So thank you so much, everyone. God bless you and have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Love you. Bye.